Well, folks, I'm back with another video. I'm coming from a different location other than my bedroom and webcam or the cell phone. Outside enjoying the nice weather we have this Saturday, the second week of summer. This June 29th, 2013. Just driving, reflecting on the news of the day and the news of the week, and I want to talk about the Paula Dean situation, the comments that she made years ago, and some of the questions that she was asked. Well, do you still have those views today? Blah, blah, blah. And I want to tie this into a Facebook post that I read on one of my feeds that involved a friend of mine that we go back since high school. He had made a comment about Paula Dean and using using some racial slurs against a person who violated her by referring to him as such and such. You already know what the word means, and I'm sure you could go look it up. But in his post, he said that if he ever was in a situation in which Paula Dean was back 38 some odd years ago, he would use everything as, in other words, he would use the same racial slur towards that person that he felt violated him or would violate him. I guess putting the message out there, putting the word out that this is what's going to come out of my mouth if you was to violate me, like how Paula Dean was. And people were commenting back and forth. Some made the comment that this was the day and the times that she lived in, which I happen to agree. I mean, that's how people thought of others in those days. And some were just quick to, attack each other. That, hey, if somebody was to use certain racial slurs against me, I'm going to say it back to them. But my thing is, and I was interjecting some objectivism in the conversation, mind you, in the heat of the moment, you're going to say things like that. You're going to get angry. But in all honesty, what does that prove? What does that matter? Does it make you feel any better or less or greater than the person who violated you? And my thing is no. I mean, say what you want, think what you want, but it doesn't change the situation if you just use it. It will probably make that person who's violating you, meaning in terms of robbing you, much more aggressive towards you, and possibly do some serious damage to you and your property, or take your life. But anyway, I was just trying to come from an objective point of view. I wasn't trying to get emotional or get caught up in the hype or into the spirit of the moment of the discussion about race, because I don't like to really get into that, because I believe that we all are unique and different. We all have different shades of hue, which would make us great as species of people. But we get so caught up in the whole race nonsense, and I think it's all in the head, in my opinion, and it has nothing to do with what it is to be a human being. But I also put in the conversation that some of them, claim to be, or claim to worship, or claim to praise the Most High, who they refer to as God, or claim to be religious or spiritual, but yet they'll fall back into their quote-unquote ways and would use that towards a person. And I'm saying to myself, wow, this is what people really think of others when they feel passionate or in the heat of the moment. I guess to make them feel better than what they are, because they've been violated by that particular person. But again, I digress. I just want to put it out there. I just think that this whole Paula Dean, the Trayvon Martin case, or I should say the trial of George Zimmeran, is all a distraction of the real problems that we face every day. That's people losing their houses, losing their jobs, the economy, lack of employment or better employment, You know, people are living from paycheck to paycheck. Some are one paycheck away from being homeless and on the street. There's pending wars that are being waged against us and against each other. I mean, we have better things to really focus on than just worry about what somebody said 30 some odd years ago. And whether you like the person out, whether you like Paula Dean or not, that's your opinion. That's your perspective. I'm not gonna say if I like her or not. It is what it is. I mean, what she said years ago is her business. Some may not agree with what I have to say on that. I mean, we all said some things that were not, you know, politically correct, or it was somewhat offensive, but we gotta move on. We have better things to do with our lives. If we focus on that, we're not gonna progress or move forward, and it just further polarizes the situation that much further, meaning relationship between each other, meaning as different groups of class and cultures and races of people. That's all I have to say on that note. Let me know what you think. I just think we have better things to do and to focus on rather than what a person says. It is what it is. It's up to you whether or not you want to support their cause or support their product or brand or to pull away from their sponsors. And I want to talk about that too, is her losing sponsorship from many different sources. I guess because they don't want to be associated with a person like her and her comments, even though she made them 30 years ago. And some may view her apology as somewhat disingenuous. But anyway, I digress. Let me know what you think. Until then, have a great weekend. Stay cool out there. Stay dry if you happen to be where there's rain. And just enjoy life. That's what I'm planning on doing. Not going to worry about it too much. I have other things to worry about besides what Paula Dean said 30 years ago. If she said it, that's her business. If whatever I say is my business. Alright, until then, take care. Peace.